Hi, I'm Jane Esselstyn,
I'm Ann Esselstyn.
and today we are cooking out of the Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease Cookbook or Plant Strong because they both have a similar recipe. One, obviously, the Plant Strong or the Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease Cookbook one uses a cannellini bean sauce with no nuts, and the one in Plant Strong uses walnuts. We are making the one with walnuts today, and just if you don't want to eat walnuts, just sub out with some cannellini beans. But either way, if you're, it's on page 173 in Plant Strong if you're following along there, and it is on page 60 if you're following along in this book.
This is the best little whatever, hors d'oeuvre, or whole meal, or lunch.
And wait, what's so it tastes so nice and fancy, but it's so easy. It's just a bunch of kale, cook it, strip it off the spines, cook it, and tear it into little pieces because people are going to be eating it. So strip it, tear it, boil it for however many minutes you cook your kale till it's
tender.
you can eat it. So you have a bunch of kale, you've got a bunch of tomatoes, little cherry
So
tomatoes.
it's no trouble chewing it.
Oh, I'll be right there. My toast fell on the bottom of the toaster. Oh dear. No, I'll get it. I'll get it. And you, I'll get.
So Jane has given me the job to cut the tomatoes. And so I want to show you, because when I first did it, I just cut it the way I usually do. And I've got this amazing new little cutter that I wish I could have used to show you, but no. She wants me to do a bikini cut. And I didn't know what that meant. I didn't.
You
I
do.
want to show you what it means to do a bikini cut. So here I am doing a bikini cut. Please note, I've cut it down the center. And this is the bikini cut.
It looks like someone has a bikini on.
I love it.
Bumpty bump, bumpty bump, bikini cut. And I like this because you can put it on the Kale Bruschetta and it doesn't fall off. So, sorry, I had to deconstruct our toaster to get the toast that fell through the cracks and to the bottom and by the hot broilers. So get some toast from your local bakery or wherever you can get a gnarly, whole grain, seeded. These are actually big. I'm gonna go with the smaller ones first. The bruschetta
I'll
and
cut them in half.
yeah, I'll cut those in half. Good call. And what? Pardon my reach. What these are is these are our family favorite during the holidays when my parents host our whole neighborhood at their house for a
Not
holiday
this Christmas.
sing.
Not this December.
We're filming this during 2020. But what we do is we have everyone there, and we create my mom and I just cook all day, preparing all these little things for our whole neighborhood. And our neighborhood's full of people who eat everything under the sun, and they have every disease under the sun to match that. But when we come to our
And
house,
we have
one-
every religion and every kind of people. It's wonderful.
But what we do is we serve this, and between this and another sandwich, which we'll do in another video, people come and swarm like locusts over these things, and they eat them till they're gone. They fight for them. So what I'm adding here is the walnut sauce we talked about. If you are wanting to make it with cannellini bean sauce, just sub out a can of cannellini beans instead of walnuts, and it's the exact same recipe. So it's just gnarly whole grain bread.
And it's nice
Toasted.
and thick. Notice that Jane is putting this in nice and thick because this helps to make it.
Well,
Along with another trick.
okay, and make as many as you want. We have this little platform so you guys can see. We usually have platters and platters of this stuff, and then you put on the cooked kale, and don't just put on. Some people go people at like hotels have made this. They just do like this, and they think that's it. I'm like, no, put on kale till they're gonna choke on it. Heap it on there. Heap, heap, heap. And if you run out of kale, darn it, make some more kale. There's always more kale, especially in the winter. The kale can grow through snow, rain, sleet, hail, civil war.
I can just go out
Hurricanes.
into our garden in winter, December, January, and believe it or not, there's kale right through the snow.
Okay, so there's tons of kale on this. And then we need more bikinis.
Well, Jane, I'm making them.
You got busy with the. So this is why I like the bikini cut, because you can pour these on and they obviously fall between the sandwiches, or you can just put them like this and they definitely stay on. If you put on a single tomato, sometimes it rolls off, but the bikinis kind of stick together, which is so nice. Here, there's, you got 2 on there. And then, so this is such a simple recipe with the bread, walnut sauce, cooked kale, tomatoes, and then here comes the pro move, the chefy move that makes it zingy holiday, is glaze. This is a local glaze. This is a glaze from our local store. It's balsamic glaze. Try to get one that has no milk product, and if it has added sugar, make sure it's towards the end of the ingredient list. Oh, do one more. I see a spot that can take one. So these just ring out the holidays, but then you drizzle.
And you always hope that you get.
Actually, should I do a top cam on this?
You always hope that you get the one with the most drizzle, because that is so good.
Are we getting the top cam, food cam? And what's interesting,
This guy got missed over in the corner.
how do you know she got plenty? Okay. Now, if you glaze it early, the glaze absorbs, disappears, and then you have to reglaze it when everyone arrives. So then it can be like hyper glazed. So I recommend having some enthusiastic child or neighbor glaze right as people arrive. All right, this is our kale bruschetta. Ring in the new year. Oh, you guys come try. Wade and Josh, come try. Here, I'll give you ones that can fit. Here, try one that can fit in your mouth. Like that. That was a good one. Josh, here, this one will fit in your mouth. I mean, if you have a big one, I want to get a reaction from you guys right away.
I feel like we should play Christmas music or something. Or holiday
Yeah, some sort of holiday.
song to start this video.
No, it does.
Oh yeah. Wow.
That's got some good flavor, eh?
The glaze.
The glaze.
With the glaze with the walnut sauce and the crispy bread. Yummy. All right,
That's delicious.
isn't it? Okay, Mom, do you want one? We can make here. We can have one.
No, we got. I'm good.
We've got a ton. We could eat that all day, which I think we're going to go do just that. Hey, thank you for
Lunch, breakfast, not breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
or some holiday cheer. If you're alone, as far as not having a whole family come in, or if you have a squad with you, this is a winner. Thanks so much.
Kale Bruschetta.
Bye-bye. Hi, I'm Jane Esselstyn.
I'm Ann Esselstyn.
And today we're making something called Pepperidge sandwiches. And Pepperidge is the name of our street, but we make them every sort of winter holiday when my parents host a big party and we do singing of Christmas carols and other songs. And if you're following along, we're in Plant Strong on page 169. And these are amazing, delicious things. And my mom and I have like this ritual. You and I, every day on the 23rd, we just for hours in the kitchen make these. So
Tons of them.
tons of them, and it's sort of a wonderful use of time because we're together, we're chatting, we're talking. People come in and help, or they eat them, and they are not very helpful. But it's the whole ritual of it, which you gotta love. And what my mom always does ahead of time is she prepares the best part.
Now, lots of people, there's nothing like making your own roasted red peppers. Nothing. Jarred peppers can't touch them when you compare to, and you know what? It isn't hard. It takes a little time because you have to roast, and it's kind of fun to peel them. And then you just put different spices and some vinegar and
some garlic. We actually have a video of her making these exact red peppers, and it's we'll have a little side panel fly.
And it's so great to have leftovers to put in salad, to put on any sandwich anywhere.
With the spices, just so everyone knows, the spices that you put on there, Mommy, you put balsamic
Marjoram,
vinegar,
basil, thyme, oregano, and one more.
You have garlic,
Rosemary.
basil, rosemary, thyme, oregano.
There's 5.
Vinegar. Thank you. And so these are all marinated in there. You've made these like 2 days ago? So just
Yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gosh. Okay. And
But
then
they
the next,
last a long time. That's the other cool
unless
thing.
I'm around them. And the next thing we do is, I'm going to have Wade focus here, is we have roasted red peppers and we have barbecued portobello. And I have, these are already cooked, but I'm going to, because we wanted to make these with you today, but I'm going to show you how we just take our portobello and we slice them just into, thin slices of portobello. And once we have them all dialed in, and we cook trays and trays of these, but we put them out on the tray, and they're, I don't know how thick is this. Again, it's not a 1/4 inch, but not a 1/2 inch. And this obviously is a huge tray of them. And then we just put some barbecue sauce on. We prefer to use, the company bone sucking sauce.
Oh, and you get the thicker style.
Or it is not. And I don't, if you like hot barbecue sauce, go for it. But we don't, and wait, I'm just going to spread this around. Make sure it kind of...
You put it on thick.
Well, we like it thick style, like you just said.
Well, I mean, it says here, thicker style on the jar.
So I like to have it coating it, because otherwise it just kind of dries out the mushrooms, which is no big deal. But and then we would roast this till it kind of looks like it's done. I could not really tell you the exact time. The recipe will tell you the exact time. I'm not going to bother roasting those right now because these are ready to go.
And then bread.
And we each have our stations. My mom has her station. I have my station. We're using
the Sprouted Power Silver Hills bread. However, I like their little big bread, which is small slices. And I just like
thin slices.
That's what I meant, thinner slices.
And I have the squirrely kind. I'm taking a whole bunch. We're gonna make a bunch. We're making all these.
I know, but I'm gonna just do a couple at a time.
I'm gonna do a whole bunch at a time too, because we gotta get rid of all these ingredients. So what we do on each. Thank you. I don't know why that hot sauce is here. We don't need it. Thank you, Wade.
Some hummus. Start with, and the thing about the hummus is that you can make your own easily. Get hummus without oil. It's key not to have oil. Figure out some way. If you have heart disease, try and avoid the tahini. But
so do we put hummus on both sides? Every year we have the same discussion. Do we do hummus
yes,
on both sides?
well, on mine I do.
Okay.
Yours won't be as good as mine.
No, I'm following your lead, my love. Oh, come on. So what's so great is that we have our whole street. I mean, we're making this in 2021, and COVID is dominating the scene. So we are not having a live party as we did for the last 3,000 years. We are meeting outside in the driveway with all these campfires. So but we're still making them. And people, go ahead.
Green onions.
On one side or both?
One side.
Okay. I'm going to put spinach on the other side.
And then...
Oh, I forgot this one. So we have a layer of... I put spinach down on my other side to keep it so it would stick, but maybe that's not the way you do it.
Yeah, the spinach is fine to put on one way.
Okay, well, I was going to talk about... So our street, it does not by any means have everybody who's a plant-based eater, but everyone who comes to the party, they just flock around these sandwiches and our Kale Bruschetta. Actually, Wade, can you fly on the Kale Bruschetta recipe here? Because the Kale Bruschetta, which is very, it's like a holly bush. It's green with these red little lights on it. They're gone. They're gone. I mean, no matter how many we make, they're gone. All right, so we've got scallions.
And I'm going to put next onto here my
Oh, you're going to put the portobellos?
portobellos.
Okay. And we put about 3 or 4 per sandwich?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the roasted red peppers. They're in strips, so you can put as many strips as you choose.
And it's such great flavor. Oh, it's a combination of like the sweet barbecue and the...
Oh, I got a nice fat one here. I need to tear it a bit.
Okay, so portobellos, roasted red pepper. Yum. God, just smelling those just makes me get so hungry. I'm not making sense with mine now. I need to put, I have 3 sandwiches going. I keep forgetting to do my third. Scallions and, I don't have a lot of hummus on that one. Oh well. I have one that doesn't have a lot of hummus.
Won't be as good.
Won't be as good. I'll eat it.
All right, and then if you choose or not, where is something for my hands?
I know this is. We go through so much. My mom has paper towels at her house. I don't. We go through so many dish towels.
I can't live without paper towels. All right, then avocado.
A little bit of avocado. On which side are you gonna put it? Spinach.
No, because you won't. It won't flap. Flap over. And I love using the tovolo to get the avocado out. So here we go. I'm going to lid one. And what I would do now, and I just don't have, I didn't bring it over, is I would have my broccoli sprouts. I would have a whole pile of broccoli sprouts.
That's a new addition. Yeah, that's a new addition.
Ha! Woo!
Yay. Okay, so I think I have all this on here too. And sometimes in the past, occasionally my mom has even cut the crust off, but I think we're now just letting everyone eat the crust. Helps fill them up. Okay, do I have everything that you have? Kind of. I forgot to put a lot of hummus on this side, so I'm gonna add this. I'm putting hummus on top of the scallions on this one. Okay. Oh, you did it. You lidded.
Lidded.
You flipped your lid.
Lidded.
I wonder if that's the expression comes from. Flipped your lid. Like, what does that mean if you flip your lid?
Well,
You made your sandwich? It's a good thing.
you kind of go crazy because you've done this absolutely delicious sandwich.
Here, and I have our platter ready to go. The Jane and Brian platter, made by us by a friend. Oh, you're doing crossing. We usually do in quarters. What are you doing? Really?
I'm doing in halves.
We never do it that way.
Well,
We always are so careful to do it in quarters because
Jane,
there's so many people.
I'm
at the
making a
party.
mess of one of my sides.
You trained me how to cut it, how to quarter it even with the crust off to be able to make it. Oh, so there you go. These little party sandwiches, Pepper Ridge Road sandwiches. It screams holiday. I cannot believe you did a diagonal cut.
Well,
look at you. Clever.
I don't think I got a good knife.
Here, this one's good. Well, you have to have a serrated one. Here. You've got like a chef knife. All right, well, we're gonna crank through and make a whole bunch of these right now. And hopefully you're making yours too. So we're gonna be right back while we finish making a ton of ours. And we're gonna make them high speed. We have used most of our building material for our sandwiches. We still have a little bits of here and there left over, and we are ready to dive in and feast. So please try these peppered sandwiches if you're ever hosting people. It's a winner across the board.
The two things you got to make sure you have are the portobello mushrooms and the roasted red peppers that you roast from scratch.
Yes. All right, hey, cheers and happy party on wherever you're serving these.
Delicious eating.
All right. Hi, I'm Jane Esselstyn.
I'm Ann Esselstyn.
And today we're cooking out of the Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease Cookbook, and we're making
gingerbread biscotti. Ooh, so good.
I know, it's so crispy and it's so holiday-like, and we're excited to make it right now. It's perfect timing. And so it's on page...
If we don't eat it all, we can use it in our little event tonight.
Outdoor event. It's
Outdoors.
2022. COVID's cooking. So page 262 if you're following along. And the first thing we do is we use a half cup of oats and we put it in like a food processor just to blur it up a little bit. But our processor's in the dishwasher and I didn't want to get it out. So I'm just going to do this, and this is just the same. Kind of just, you want to grind up the oats so they kind of just become not whole oats. I know you didn't know I was going to do this, but...
What is kind of cool.
It's cool. And it's a little bit of a good workout. And it's warming you up. So yeah, thank you. You want to take it over?
I'm taking it over.
So if you have like, what are they called? Not old-fashioned.
Quick oats or
Quick oats.
something?
It's like we're making quick oats kind of texture. And then we have to add another half cup of oats to this?
Well, how soon do I know
That looks beautiful. We just wanted to have a little bit of, kind of,
chaff in there?
yeah, looks like there's. So now we have a half cup of chaffed oats and half cup of
Have you ever tried it without doing the rubbing?
Well, I usually use a Cuisinart or a blender or something. And now we're going to add some of the spices and stuff and the rising agents. Not that biscotti rises that much, but it does have a little loft to it. So we're going to put in 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And this is aluminum free, but it's not approved.
It's not, I don't approve of it.
Tell them what one you approve
Hain
of.
is the one that has no sodium.
I didn't realize how much sodium was in baking powder until I was lectured ad nauseum about it. But it's important if you're watching your salt. And then some baking soda.
Everybody should be watching their salt.
Yeah, that's true. Now, the most exciting part, we're adding the spices. We're going to add cinnamon, ginger,
And wait until
cloves. I have nutmeg out here. We could put nutmeg, I suppose. But this, we did a video a little while ago with my sister-in-law, your daughter-in-law. I know you called her your sister-in-law, Polly. And she was using some of these burlap and barrel spices. And I just thought, oh, she's got some fancy spices or something. But then we smelled it, and it's a whole new world. I mean, every time I smell it.
This cinnamon is
every
so
spice.
amazing.
And so we have, okay, so let's get back to this. We have a teaspoon of cinnamon. It's going to be residue of a little baking powder or something in there. So a teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm kind of a heapy and generous with that. And then we're going to do, this is their ginger, ground ginger. It's called,
And what's so interesting about it?
hold on, I don't. It's called it's buffalo ginger. It's from Vietnam, and they take the ginger root with the
Skin, because I never peel ginger. So when I learned that, I was willing to use ground
super
ginger.
fans here.
Because
so this ginger, smell that.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it smells like real, like fresh ginger. So this buffalo ginger is ground up with the whole ginger root, even the skin involved.
But it looks like it doesn't have any skin.
But it's ground. It's
ground.
It's powder. And then we add about 1/8 of a teaspoon of. Oh, our oven is ready to go. It's warmed up to, I think it's 350. Yeah. So we're doing 1/8 of a. This is just a half of my quarter cup cloves. So that is what we need for the dry ingredients, and then we're going to do the. I'm going to put over here the wet ingredients. You don't have to, but we're just. The recipe says to do it this way, so we're going to do it this way. And right now, this is a half. Oh, is this the half cup?
Didn't I put it in?
You did, but I need the half cup measurement. So we're doing a half cup of maple syrup.
Ooh.
If you like the maple flavor, get the amber syrup. If you don't like the extra maple flavor, this is the amber one doesn't have as much maple flavor, and this one I think is amber. We don't really care. We like maple syrup no matter what.
Is amber lighter or is amber darker?
I think it's darker and it has more of a mapley flavor. And then we add molasses, and this is sort of an acquired taste, but I think it's essential to when you're making gingerbread. And there we go. It sticks like crazy in there. Oh my gosh!
I can't wait to
look how it falls in there. Like, look at that. Look at the top shot. Look at that. I love how it's like a bullseye. Got that way? There you go. All right. Thank you. I'm getting stuff everywhere. So after the molasses, then we have just a little bit of vanilla, and can you get like 2 tablespoons of raisins out?
raisins in it.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, golden raisins. Add a little cha-cha. Or a little
Are
texture.
golden the ones that we need?
Yeah. All right, so now I'm going to stir up the wet ingredients, and I'm going to add them to your dry.
Do I put them in here?
Yeah, it's all going in the same place. I usually put everything in the same bowl, but I'm being proper here, trying to follow our recipe.
I'm putting more than 2.
Shocking. Okay.
I'm having a very hard time making them.
Okay, we stir this in as I pour. There we go. So what biscotti is? It's so interesting. With
Goodness,
biscotti.
I can't believe this is going to be biscotti.
Oh, we forgot to do the 1.5 cups of flour. That's what,
right
there.
here.
Sorry. So much for our wet ingredient, dry ingredient effort.
Just pour it all in.
Yeah. And you can use whole wheat flour, oat flour, whatever flour you prefer, because it's there's probably some rules about it, but that is going to be just stirred. I know it seems dry, but just keep stirring, keep adding, keep combining. I'm going to get all
Jane.
this. Yeah, it's going to work. Keep going. Just push hard. You got it.
We blew it by not putting the flour in the right time, but
We didn't blow
you
it.
never actually blow things like that.
No, this is how everybody cooks. And the fact that we are getting
Maybe
a
we
little
can
bit. I'm just going to get some of this stuff out of the way.
Oh my gosh.
You're
My
gonna get-
my arm's getting tired.
You want me to give her a go?
No,
Okay.
it's good for the muscles.
Okay, and I'm getting this.
Oh my goodness.
It works. It just
It works.
It makes a,
This is biscotti? Wow.
yes, it's good biscotti. So so then what you do is put this on the pan, and it's going to be roughly like we're going to shape it into like a foot long and maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches wide. And your hands are just going to commit your hands to being a little bit sort of
Do we put our
sticky,
hands
sticky.
in it?
I'm going to shape the biscotti loaf, if you will. So this is what I really like this recipe because there's no nuts in it, and it's good for our heart disease patients or diabetics who are trying to get off their meds or reverse that type 2. Okay, so with the no nuts. We're gonna get lots of comments about that. Sorry. Wow. Watch the diabetes video. All right, maybe my hands don't need to get sticky, icky. So this loaf is what's going to bake into the beautiful shape. So this is how long the biscotti are going to be after we cut it. And
How do you know how thick?
it's
About an inch?
how
A
would
little
you-
less?
And it might rise some and it might not. Where's my, okay. Anyway, this is the perfect size loaf. Let's get this going in the oven. That's fine, I got it. In this is gonna go right over here at 350. We're gonna put it in for 30 minutes. 30 minutes, and then there's some other exciting things we do with it. All right, in she goes. 30 minutes. And in the meantime, I think we should let's do some stretching. I want to do some stretching.
No, let's do jumping jacks.
I want to stretch first. The biscotti's going to come out, and when we take it out, we're going to put it on the rack here, and it's just going to cool for about 10 minutes. So the biscotti's cooled for about 10 minutes, and I'm going to take the paper off of it and put it back on the tray because we're going to need that in a little bit. But over here now, we're just going to cut this into, I don't know what to call this, like probably just, I'm left-handed so you can't see from that angle, can you? But just about this, what's that? Not a ½ inch, 1/3 inch thick. And then we're going to lay these down here, and we're going to put them all down so that they can become the biscotti. And this goes back in the oven. All right, timer says it's been 8 minutes, and now we're just going to do a 180 with all these. And these little crumbly bits are fine. They actually become the little crispy bits, and it's delicious. So just flip them all 180, and once you flip them all, be very careful because they're kind of fragile at this stage. They get crisp on the other side, so you sort of have, we got some crispy bits. I know these don't look delicious, but they are delicious, even in pieces. I think of biscotti at the store when they're all big and long and they haven't been broken, and I wonder, gosh, who had the nimble fingers or the knife skills to do that in one big long piece. Oh, see, I just crumpled that one. But that's not to worry because, okay, this one's sort of a hot mess, but it's going to be crispy and delicious. Like, these would be the ones we taste a million times. All right, I think I did them all. They're going to go back in for about, I don't know, 8 minutes, crisp up, and then let them just cool on the rack for a little bit. In they go. Oh, time is up.
Look at the Crispies.
Oh, there's so many little broken Crispies for you. I knew you'd be excited about that. I know. Well, they probably need a minute to cool. So we'll be right back and we'll give a taste test once they've cooled and gotten crispy. How is it?
It's delish.
Okay.
And even though it's not cool totally, it's crispy-ish.
Well, good. It'll get better. It'll get better. All right, let's give it a few minutes. Here we go.
Woo-hoo.
These are all ready to be dished out for our wonderful outdoor Christmas carol party tonight.
Oh, but
And-
look at these little pieces that we get to
I
fry.
know. I knew you'd be so delighted about the crispy.
Oh my God, can you hear me crunch?
Although I think it sounded like your teeth were falling out. There's so much noise. Oh my God. Yeah, it's so crispy. Crazy. Like,
You know what I really like? I put a little extra raisins in.
Oh yes, of course. All right. Well, look at these biscotti. The little
Oh.
the little crumble ones are fun because you get to eat them as you stack up. Look at that one. That's all edge. That's all you. Wow. All right. Well, hey, I hope you have a chance to make your gingerbread biscotti.
These are
Before the holiday.
so good.
Yeah. Cheers. Cheers and crunch. Bye-bye. Hi, I'm Jane Esselstyn.
I'm Ann Esselstyn.
And I'm Lisa Fedorovich.
And Lisa is a pal of mine from high school. We used to pal around together, and it's been so exciting to reconnect when we were both like almost 50.
Yeah.
I don't even know when it was.
Yeah.
But what's so exciting today is she has something that I can let her explain because it's like trendy and all that stuff, and I don't really want to say it wrong, but it includes one of our recipes, which I'm just going to tee up the page. It's one of our hummus recipes from our new book, which is called, come on you guys, Be a Plant-Based Woman Warrior. Live fierce, stay bold, eat delicious. And Lisa's going to do that with us today using the Hickory Smokehouse hummus as part of this creation, and that's on page 92. Okay.
And I gather, am I correct in saying this, that the idea for this is from something pretty shocking?
Yes, indeed. For those of you who follow viral food trends, the butter board is probably something you're familiar with. It's come out, believe it or not, in the last 30 days. I researched.
Is that how young?
Isn't it? And it's so controversial for obvious reasons that it's been covered in the news everywhere from NPR to the Today Show to The View. And it's sort of, as it sounds, it's butter slathered on a board with salt and toppings. And it just sort of got me thinking, we can do so much better than butter. So hence the name of our Better Board today. And yes, and we were... I just sort of thought about a thematic, given the time of year, it's fall. So our theme for our board today is seasonal ingredients and sweet caramelized flavor. So we're going to begin with...
Lisa.
We're going to be...
Chef.
Yeah, chef. We're going to begin with the recipe in the book for Hickory Smokehouse hummus.
Lisa, it seems to me that this is something that all of us have to take to whatever we do over the holidays, and we will be the sensation of our
Absolutely.
party.
So what you want to? So what's the first thing we're doing? No, we're not doing better. We're not doing butter. We're doing better than butter. And we're using
Correct.
hummus.
Correct. We're using hummus. So we'll make the hummus first. And the only modification I did for this board, which you'll see, you need the hummus to stand up a little bit as the base. So we went from, I think it was a 1/4 cup of aquafaba for this hummus recipe in your book to just 3 tablespoons, and it'll just keep it a bit firmer.
Oh, okay.
So do you want me to do it?
Yeah,
Or
please,
do you
let's
want
go.
to? Okay,
Pile it in.
so we're just going to put in, this is 1 can of unsalted chickpeas. This is some sesame tahini, and it's 2 tablespoons, which makes this yummy and delicious. This is the 3 tablespoons of aquafaba.
And aquafaba, we're just explaining in case you have not. We just made this recipe in the previous video, but the aquafaba, as we all know, maybe not know, is the water in the chickpea can that you usually pour out and strain and drain and rinse the peas. Save that water. It has some properties that are pretty magical.
Yep. Okay, so then we got 2 cloves of garlic. We have tablespoon and a half of tahini.
Nope. Tomorrow.
Sorry, tamari.
Tahini went in. So I was like,
Tahini went in.
I'm actually
That T word.
fascinated how organized you are with these
Oh.
beautiful little bottles. Like,
Yes.
you're like a witchy poo.
I
It's
told
awesome.
I told Jane in my next life I might be a caterer or I don't know what, an organizer.
Yeah.
Okay, this is hot sauce. So this is more than we need, but we're just gonna pretend
What
that's
kind of
about.
hot sauce is this?
It's Frank's. I think Frank's is. I don't know. For me, it's the best. Okay, cumin. We want a quarter teaspoon of cumin, Jane.
Oh, quarter teaspoon, and I just use all of my really good.
Okay.
Here, this is my crazy rough estimate.
Okay. This is a little big.
Like
but
little
we'll just do
kids,
like that.
colorful.
Okay. And then smoked paprika and a little bit of liquid smoke. Let's see, in your recipe, I think it's a few drops or a quarter teaspoon of liquid smoke, right? Jane?
Quarter teaspoon of liquid smoke
So I'm
and a
gonna
quarter
just-
teaspoon of
Do that.
and less. You don't need to have a whole ton of that
Yeah.
liquid smoke because it is
Yeah.
powerful.
All right.
And now that we've
some-
moistened it,
Yeah.
here.
That's okay.
I always do that. I put the wet ingredients before the dry.
I know, really. Okay, so we'll do that. Give it. Okay, so I think that's it. We'll give it a whir on the.
And we can pour the aquafaba down. You know, why don't we wait and see? Sometimes I know that I don't.
Oh, did I?
This
Oh,
is-
the lemon juice.
Oh, lemon juice.
We need
I
the
thought it
lemon
was
juice.
aquafaba.
This is oh, the aquafaba went in.
Oh, it's in.
Sorry
Okay,
about
that's
that.
fine, that's
This
good.
is 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Just
How
for
did
the
you get
recipe.
it in the bottle?
I have a little funnel.
Of course
Lord.
you do.
Yeah, of course I do.
You have a little wee funnel.
I do. It came with the bottles, Jane.
We are embarrassingly unorganized.
It's
compared to you.
embarrassing. Period. Right.
Okay, no, that's
Okay.
awesome. So we're just gonna let this whirl.
Exactly.
And I see what you mean. It's probably gonna be a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
And that's great because with these, should
Yes.
we rinse this one off, or what is that? Is that?
It's okay.
That's
I
just,
can.
That's
still- These
tahini, wee bit of tahini. Oh,
Thank you, Anne.
smells like.
I love this hummus recipe. I mean, I like have it on rotation all my fridge all the time.
Okay, it looks good. So, what
Okay.
is next?
All right,
Should we
so-
transfer this or just use it out
Yeah,
of here?
we will. I think we can do it right out of there. We'll just take the blade out if you. I do, just to. And
I love how the blade collects so much stuff because when it's
Thank you,
when you have like
Anne.
a chocolate pudding, you just get to lick it.
yeah, okay. So you can kind of see it's.
It's got some body.
Yeah, it's got some body. So we're just going to go right on the board,
Oh, you put it directly on.
directly on.
Oh, some
so
of the
this
butter
is-
boards I've seen, they take a. Can I use this?
Yeah.
They take the butter and they kind of go like.
Well, yeah.
Like they go. "Whew."
You know what? I know. No. Well, this also, as you're all about to see in a second, has enough toppings that would make that kind of.
Wait, Jane. Don't,
Jane,
Jane,
well.
let her do it.
Yeah. Okay. I know. It just looks. I felt so chefy for a minute. Sorry. This is so
Lord.
cool.
Okay, so let me just. Yeah, I'm gonna. You know, it's interesting. Just do your thing with this. Let's leave our pretty plants only.
Our little plants only logo right here.
Yes.
Yay. Only plants on this board. Dairy
Okay.
will curdle and meat will go rancid. Do not dare put those on this board.
Oh, indeed. Don't do dairy.
Oh,
or meat.
Lisa.
Okay, so we're going to just call that, you know what, this is like a art, not a science, so we're just going to call that done. Okay, and I'm going to just get all this kind of deliciousness off. And we're good. Okay, so now we're going to work with our toppings.
And what are our toppings, Lisa?
Well, I thought you'd never. Okay, okay. So I'll just pull out these toppings. So as I said, the inspiration for this was just seasonal ingredients. What's in the markets now, and you know, I want to just underscore this is a concept, not a recipe. So do what sings to you, and you know, whatever you like. So these we're going to start with. These are just Brussels sprouts that I ran over the broiler, under the broiler, to just get the tips, you know, kind of pretty. So, okay, we're going to just...
because we all want to have our tips
Oh
be
my
pretty.
goodness.
Yeah, well, you eat with your eyes after all, right?
Oh,
Okay.
Anne's eating already.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So these are
Yeah.
oh,
broiled
this is
and
like
shaved.
making a Subway with no bread.
Oh,
Well,
I think it's like a Picasso.
it's an elevated Subway. I'll go with that. I'll take that. These are caramelized balsamic shallots from your cookbook.
Shallots.
So,
Now we
Actually-
show how to caramelize onions in one of our videos that we will fly in the
But you caramelize shallots.
shallots.
are.
You know what? They're a bit sweeter.
Shallots are like onions. I always say like older, more sophisticated cousin. Like
they're
shallots are in town.
But they're
She's gonna
mild.
they're
Yeah.
milder.
They're just, I don't know, they're a little, they're kind of elegant in their own way. And I just did a little bit of fresh thyme with this. And
then
then,
you-
Oh, that's what this is. This sprig.
yeah,
And you put
Lisa.
you did this with balsamic vinegar.
correct. I always like depth of flavor, you know, so I was just thinking about what could I do to just give this. Okay, so there we are. Then we're just going to go with shelled peas.
When you say shelled, you actually shelled them.
Well, I found them in the market this way, which is sometimes you find it, you hit it lucky, and other times you don't. And this time of year we did. Sorry about these peas going in.
Oh, I love it. I love
We're
it.
going to have pea clean up on aisle 2.
Clean up your peas.
We know where Lisa's been by the pea trail.
Really, exactly. I love
That
pea
reminds me of a
peas.
shirt that someone just gave my mom. Someone who we love named Colleen just gave my mom and me a shirt that said, "I wet my plants."
Oh my God. Isn't that great? Yes, it is. Okay, on this, I just thought we talked about seasonal ingredients. I have a little, this is honey nut squash. So right now, butternut squash is everywhere. And I was shopping at Costco and there it was, and I thought I'd try it, and I looked it up, and it's a hybrid variation. It's very new. And as you can see, the flesh is a little bit darker orange, but it's like so sweet and delicate and delicious.
So we're gonna try it right now.
I roasted this at maybe 425, and I put a little bit of salt-free seasoning on it.
Which
So it's a hybrid of like
Yeah.
butternut squash and honey nut Cheerios.
that butter, her seasoning.
Didn't
is
hear
right
Yeah.
there,
Oh,
Jane.
so, what did you say?
Is it this hybrid of butternut squash and honey nut Cheerios? Honey nut Cheerios can't be bread for them, I'm sure. Okay, my joke landed flat. Totally landed flat.
Jane, I'm like
You're
so focused on my. Okay,
She's so focused.
I'm so focused. Okay,
can't
but
couldn't hear
we talked about some salt
Oh,
free.
do you have that over here?
Yeah, I just wanted to. Oh, they're right here. There are two that are really nice from Penzeys. One is called Mural of Flavor, and the other is called Justice. And Justice has kind of got onions and garlic and different
we have
stuff in it.
Mural
It's
of
really
Flavor.
nice.
We love
Do you
that
have
one.
Mural of Flavor? Yeah, it's a good one. Okay, so moving down the assembly line, we're on to some toasted pine nuts.
Lisa has everything numbered, by the way, so we know where we are.
I told Jane not to
like
reveal that, and she.
No, I feel so relaxed as you are just so under control here.
Then I did some small diced dried apricot. And so I'm just going to do that.
Wow, this is a great one. Justice.
Justice,
from-
yeah.
this is from Penzeys?
It's a good one, yeah, from Penzeys. And then these are some Bing cherries that I just swelled in some boiling water to not make them
Which, are
quite
these,
so
are these your
hard.
California dried? Are they these?
Yes. So I
you talk about
brought
these?
that, yeah, because often in the markets you find dried fruit that has sugar and oil, and even if it doesn't have sugar, it has oil. And so this line, I think it's called Trena, and also they make a really wonderful diced mixed fruit. But I got it, I believe, on Amazon, and they're Bing cherries with no sugar and no oil. So that's exciting. So anyway, okay.
Trena.
Trena,
Like
yes.
I'm a personal trainer.
Yeah. From Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's.
Okay, and then
So after the cherries that you've swelled yourself.
swelled. Yes. Then just pomegranates. Okay, and I just thought this would be pretty for color.
so
It's so
pretty.
seasonal and festive, and this would be great to
This
do.
is amazing, Lisa.
Thank you. I hope you like it.
Oh my
And then.
I want to eat with a spatula.
You kind of do. That's why I brought these, because you kind of, I don't know, I feel with this you need a little bit of rather than dipping. But anyway, these are just microgreens, and we're just going to go over the top with some pretty microgreens.
Because we haven't gone over the top with
'Cause we-
everything else. I love this.
Because it needs something else, right? It just needs one more thing. Okay, and then as the finishing touch, I was telling Jane and Ann I brought all different balsamics, but I had a hard time choosing which balsamic because...
Can we talk about what you brought, though?
Yes, so there are two great lines of balsamics. One is the olive tap, and all of this, by the way, I learned from Jane and Ann, and the other is California balsamic, and I just thought these would be interesting too. So there's a smoked hickory reserve balsamic from the olive tap that's just awesome. Then California balsamic. This is a very cherry balsamic, would be an interesting add. This is wild huckleberry, and I saw Chef AJ do Brussels sprouts with this on it, and I thought that was an interesting combination. And then this is just, I found in the market, it's a fig glaze. Any of these would work, but I just thought today I would do, there's this one that Jane and Ann introduced me to. It's called Isola Cream of Balsamic. It's fabulous, and it's a sherbet. So
Deceptively named with no cream in it. Okay.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, is this open?
So this is our crowning glory. You just take it and just, all right. And there you are. So,
That's
Oh,
the most.
and hold on, you got to,
Wait, hummus and
That's okay. Yeah, the
I have part of the butterboard on my face.
and your chin chin.
it looks good on you.
We're all gonna be wearing it in a second. I want to try this. This is your
The very cherry. Try. Or is
Oh my
The
gosh.
huckleberry. Yeah.
This is like
It's
like a candy.
yeah.
It
You know,
tastes
with
like
these,
candy.
they say really all you need are like a few drops because they're just depth of flavor.
Wait, give me your
and
finger.
super
This is
sweet.
a candy. This is bizarre. Taste that. Isn't that candy?
Yeah.
Candy.
That tastes
Okay,
just
very
like-
cherry because the cherry you've got cherry
Yeah.
in here. I think that this might be a
Try
cool
that one.
Let's try this one.
I
too.
want to clean up the plants only. By the way, I mean, isn't this a perfect board? This plants only board for this concept. I just love
Oh.
it. You like
Lisa.
it?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So anyway,
I want to just get a. I want to just get like.
the possibilities are endless.
Wow.
Top shot.
That is such a top shot.
Jane, should I mention, like, in thinking about this concept, I had some other ideas for boards you could do. Like, one of them would be with your walnut sauce. I thought would be a delicious board concept. And you could go Asian with it as well and do your ginger walnut sauce in your new cookbook. Don't you like that idea?
Lisa is our new agent.
And the other thing is, if you wanted to do a sweet
Sweet
board, the peanut butter ganache in Jane and Ann's book, the peanut butter ganache would be fabulous. And you could do like crumbled cupcakes and chocolate chips, and you could just riff on whatever.
Your scone chunks.
Scone chunks, your
Oh,
your
so
amaretto cherry
Chocolate
Yeah,
hazelnuts. Cha.
would be awesome.
Do you know what? We have got to taste this, and as we're tasting it, we need some song.
Oh,
Lisa
no.
possibly is
No.
an amazing singer.
no, but Anne,
You don't have to sing. I
Oh
know you're-
dear God, yes.
You're headed to a rehearsal, am I right?
Let's just
I'm
do-
headed to rehearsal.
Yes, and after we taste it, then we can all sing Gloria. That's just the word. Gloria.
Only
Okay.
if you're with me.
Okay.
Okay, so I just thought, I mean, there's so many different spreaders you could use. We have some peppers here. You could do carrot slices, the big ones on the diagonal. But there's a lot going on this board, so I just thought it was nice with just some plain whole wheat pita. So anyway,
Did you toast this a little?
I did, and it's weird to like dip. So I just found like I have a spreader, and you almost want to just go like this a little bit, and then just put a little bit on
Oh, a
so
little
that
bit
you
of
can
each
get
layer.
yeah.
Oh.
And you kind of need a little plate, maybe. Jane, we're going to be cleaning up peas from your floor for
P and aisle 4. P and aisle 4.
pea and aisle floor. Okay, and
Oh, but I have this little angle right now. I could almost do that.
yeah, and do you? Okay, good. Ann will
Shall I just go from
Oh.
here?
go for it. Yeah, go for it. However you like.
Oh.
However,
I
you
see
try
what
to
you
get some of the
Yeah.
get some of this stuff on.
mean. I'm going straight to my mouth.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, this is incredible.
It's good, huh? Ooh, yummy. Depth of flavor, lots of different flavor elements, and
so much going on. Like,
Yeah.
I had shallots for a good long time.
Yeah.
And then I had pomegranate and pea. And now it's hummus. And some sprouts. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I want to do that again.
Well, that's a good
I want to do that
sign.
again. This is delicious. This is the best holiday better board I've ever had, and it's the first holiday better board I've ever had.
And
but it won't be the last.
from you two, that couldn't be
Well,
a better
Lisa,
compliment.
Lisa, this is so easy. Look, Susan, so organized. Ha! Oh my God! Wait, you gotta fry it.
Bon appetit.
Oh, and you're making sandwiches.
Yeah, and actually, she's so smart. That's a good way to.
Oh.
You don't need all that double layer of the pita.
All right, wait. You want to? I give you a cracker, so you don't.
You like
Okay.
it, Em? Here.
I'm trying it with them. Thank you.
Okay, wait. Here comes a big, just like a mouthful of everything.
Yeah.
Look. Oh, there we go.
So excited.
Oh.
It's just got a
You
little
like
bit of
it?
everything.
So excited. Yay. Okay, well, so don't you think we did better than butter?
Way better than butter.
Lisa.
And I love the thought of this.
I want to hire you
Oh, I'm available.
for our Thanksgiving to have a
I'll do it.
Better
You don't
board.
need to hire me, but I'll do it for you.
And your winter holiday, if you have your holiday at Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever your winter solstice is, or even the New Year's, this would be a beautiful way to start the better year with a better board. Holiday better board with Lisa, knocking it out of the
Oh,
park.
thanks,
Oh.
Jane and Ann. An honor to be with you both.
Lisa.
And we all wanted to sing how
what?
glorious it is. And
Right.
Right.
We're going to let
What we
Jane
need
sing.
now is spoons to eat it with.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it needs something more than just
No,
a-
she wants to
And
keep
eat
going.
it.
Oh,
By the
Oh, I
spoonful.
the ultimate compliment.
All right. Well, hey, hope you guys make your own better boards for the holidays. And we're dying to hear what you put on yours. Because Lisa put things in here that we have never really done before. We haven't made our own
We've
swollen
never
cherries
thought
or
of having a
toasted.
better board.
Well, anyway.
But Lisa, any ode we could sing to the better board.
Ode to Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. All right.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.